Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. You know, it's a gorgeous day out, but Tractor Boy is about 60 yards that way with his leaf blower. And I got to shoot the video now, so I don't want to wait until he's done, because who knows how long that'll be. So, today's topic is going to be go farthest upstream for the best results. I'll explain what I'm talking about in a minute. It's been a busy day. Busy. Relax. So, go farthest upstream for the best results. I'm talking about recovery, teaching our brains that we're safe. I'm talking about TMS. I'm talking about perceived danger pain. I'm talking about mind-body pains. I'm even talking about some general mental health things. Not all, but some. We want to go farthest upstream in order to address the root cause, right? Because if you're always looking at the symptoms through a microscope, trying to dial it in and figure out exactly what is going on, if you are studying the reports from the medical doctors, you've read that MRI or X-ray or ultrasound 85 times. You've studied the lab test results, the blood work, and you've researched what every single one of them means and what every single ideal rating or number is supposed to be. And I can tell you, recovery doesn't happen at the granular, detailed, microscopic level. Right? That's all the way downstream. Those are the results of the core root cause. The core root cause is your brain's alarm system is a bit sensitive. That's it. And downstream, it can create all sorts of symptoms. Sorry, folks. Long day. And it's only Monday. So, a hypervigilant brain is always looking out for danger. And a hypervigilant brain can misinterpret lots of normal things as danger and turn on the symptoms, the pain. And so, if you're constantly working on the symptoms, you're focusing on it, analyzing, trying to figure it out. Why did this happen? Why did that happen? Will I ever get better? Oh, that symptom did this today. It didn't do that before. This is the first time that symptom did this. Does that sound familiar, folks? All the time you're spending looking at, analyzing, and trying to get rid of these darn symptoms, you're ignoring the root cause, which is a brain that's hypervigilant, always looking out for danger. So, and for anybody who is now yawning, sorry. So if you're constantly looking at the symptoms, I'm going to encourage you to turn and look upstream and go, let me go up to the source, the core root problem, which is a brain perceiving danger. And oftentimes that brain, due to our past, due to our experiences, due to perhaps some trauma, maybe not big T, sometimes little t, sometimes not too much trauma, we can have a set of circumstances that kind of fills up the bucket and tips over. And you may look back like I did, and I'm like, I don't get it. I mean, I'm a normal guy, stressed out, money problems, little kid, long commute, living in a rental. I was like, but nothing huge. And symptoms started. But then once they started, why they started didn't matter anymore. I got caught up in the system. I got caught up in trying to figure out what the heck is wrong with my back and why do I keep on, quote unquote, throwing it out. And even after I learned about Sarno, had some success, then it came back, success, the symptoms came back. And then I got caught up in trying to figure out, why do my symptoms keep coming back? I reviewed the 12 daily reminders 1,000 times. Talk to your brain, think psychologically, reject the physical, right? Wasn't working. And so I got caught for a long time. Because I was trying to figure out the symptoms. I was trying to fix the symptoms. I was complaining about, thinking about, talking about the symptoms. I became the back pain guy in my neighborhood, at work, in my family. Everybody who knew me, hey, Dan, how's the back? Right? That became my identity. And, she's never actually said this, but I have a feeling that the impact of me being that back pain guy for a long time impacted my marriage. It may have been part of why things fell apart, but not the cause, but contributory, we'll say. So, are you analyzing symptoms and trying to figure out symptoms and what did I do? Why did this do that? Hey, this is a new one. Or that symptom behaved a different way today. Are you doing that? If so, you're not focusing on the root cause, which is a brain that's operating on misinformation, bad data, and fear. And if you're looking at the symptom, you're not addressing the misinformation and the fear. Well, we can't exactly just go, I'm not afraid, if you still think your body's the problem, if you're still using medical labels to describe your symptoms, if you are still talking about the onset of pain as an injury, even though you weren't in a car crash, you didn't fall down the steps. If you are still talking about, I'm trying to teach my body that I'm safe. Folks, the body's not involved. Remember my video from about a week ago. The projector and the screen. The body is the screen. It's inert. It's not thinking. The projector, it's the brain. The brain's doing all of the creation of our experience. We had an interesting conversation today, and somebody pointed out, and I agreed, and I pointed out a video I've done, the difference between pain and suffering. People are like, of course, it's the same thing. If I'm in pain, I'm suffering. But what I'm finding and seeing all the time is people can have pain, people can have symptoms, but their mindset and their optimism that this is a temporary state determines how much they suffer, because suffering is in our thinking and in our emotions about the symptoms. And if you know that you're on the right track, that the perception of danger is what's causing them, that applies to you, there is a cure and you're capable of it, and you're starting to move forward on implementing these practices to teach your brain that you're okay, you're not suffering as much as you may have been before you knew all this stuff. And before you kind of accepted that, yep, this is what's going on with me. And I see this transformation in people all the time. My firsthand experience is people in the group, but once in a while in the comments on Facebook or YouTube, I'll see somebody make a comment and I go, they just got that light bulb moment, right? Back upstream. The analogy I've used in the past is, imagine you walk into the kitchen at night, you get a glass of water, you step in the kitchen, splash, right? I've told this story before. If you've heard it, bear with me. But splash. The first thing you do is run and get towels and a mop, and you start trying to soak up the water and soak up the water. No matter what you do, you're wringing out these towels. No matter what you do, the water keeps on flowing, right? Because you're working downstream. You're dealing with the water on the floor, which is the symptom of the core problem, which is the fact that the kitchen sink has been running and the stopper is in the sink. You have not addressed the core problem, which is why, no matter how fast or how intensely you try to mop up the floor, there's going to be more and more water coming. We have to go to the root cause. The brain perceiving danger. And in the case of chronic pain, chronic symptoms, it's almost always a misperception, a false perception of danger. And so that's why when we correct the misinformation, that alone, when we know it's causing it and we know it applies to us, the fear starts to come down. In other words, the perception of danger starts to come down. But that's not enough in itself. If so, everybody would read a book and be good. They'd be done. But we have to start to teach the brain, by the way we're thinking, acting, behaving, speaking, And if all of that is congruent and conveying safety in a compelling, incredible way, your brain's eventually going to go, look at this. Dan's not concerned anymore. I guess he's okay. I really guess he's okay. It looks that way. Credible, confident, consistent messages of safety are the solution. And they address the root cause all the way upstream. Because with those consistent, credible, confident messages of safety, calm, the brain goes, I guess we're okay. We're correcting the misinformation. We're dialing down the fear. We're doing it consistently. We want to get as chill as possible. And yes, chill is a scientific term. It means to zen out, chill out. Stop panicking, stop freaking out. Nobody ever got better by freaking out. Go upstream, folks. The view's a lot nicer up there. And you have the opportunity to address the root cause, which oftentimes starts with the misinformation that your brain is operating on. So we correct that misinformation. That allows us to start dialing down the fear and to start negating or neutralizing the brain's false misperception of danger. Go upstream, folks. If you're stuck looking at symptoms and analyzing their behavior, did this today, did that yesterday. Why is it changing? I can't figure this out. I was feeling good for months, but now whammo, I'm back. Right? Symptoms go away and they come back. You didn't do anything wrong. It's not your fault. Let's take that off the table. Your best answer is, I know what's going on. The brain is perceiving some amount of danger in some way. Answer? Remind yourself. Core problem. Brain's misperceiving danger where there is none. It's not actual danger. It's perceived. Focus on safety. You're addressing the root cause. You're all the way upstream. And that's where you're going to get the best and, frankly, fastest results. Because as long as you're down here with the microscope trying to sift through the weeds, you're going to delay results. So go farther upstream for the best and fastest results. Going to wrap it up there. Hope everybody's well. Love you, folks. And as always, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.